Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Go So Beautiful. My name's Becky, and today I'm going to share what I've been up to in my sewing room these last couple weeks. I did not record a video last week because it was the 4th of July and I really didn't have that much to show, but I've been pretty busy. So let me show you what I've been working on. If you remember from my last video, I had made the Jane dress from liquidation, and the dress was kind of big and boxy and really not very flattering. And my idea was to, it came all the way to my waist, and instead of, so what I decided to do was take the skirt off, trim a little bit off of the top, the bodice, and raise the waistline. So I did that, and it looked okay, but I still wasn't real happy with it. So I decided to add something to the bottom. And I was thinking about the Myosotis dress from Deer and Doe patterns. That's this pattern here. And although this dress has darts and it has a mandarin collar and ruffles on the sleeve, I did think that maybe adding a ruffle to the bottom of the dress would make it look better. And the fabric in the skirt was pretty long, and so and I had a little bit left over that I hadn't cut, so that I was able to make a long enough tier to ruffle around the bottom. So here's the dress, and I raised the waistline and I added this ruffle. This is a cotton chambray fabric from Hobby Lobby, and it's got these little, what I thought was kind of like embroidered, but I think I've heard it called clip dots. Anyway, they're in multiple colors, and I'll put a picture of me wearing it so you can see how it looks. I'm much happier with it now. So this one is a win for sure. All right. The next thing I worked on was a pair of shorts. I needed some more shorts in my wardrobe, and I decided to try making the Love Notions Tinley shorts. And this has been out for a while, but you can make straight shorts, you can make a skirt or a skort, and these are kind of like culottes. And then this is, I think this is a regular skirt. But you can sew, there's also directions for sewing like bike shorts underneath. I just wanted straight shorts. It's got this flat waistband in the front and then elasticated waistband in the back with 3 channels of elastic. Now I made it according to the pattern, according to my size, and it came out looking kind of poofy in the back. And I had remembered watching Carol from Sew Carol do a review of this pattern, and she had the same issue. She said it looked kind of nappy-ish in the back, which means it looked kind of like a diaper. And so I basically did the same thing she did. I took the back waistband off. I think I took the front, I'm not sure. And I put a couple of darts in the back of the shorts, and I took in the back, center back seam, and I reattached the elastic waistband, but instead of sewing 3 channels of elastic, I just made one big casing for I think I used 1 1/4 inch elastic. So let me show you what those look like. I've worn them, and this fabric came from Hobby Lobby as well. I think it was called duck cloth, and I wasn't sure how I'd like it, but it's actually really soft, and it creases some, but it's heavy enough for bottom weights, but lightweight enough for short or summertime. So here's the back. As you can see, I just made a straight waistband. I put some darts. Here's one of the darts, and I put the same one on the other side. And that took it up enough to where it made them wearable. Now, I'm putting a picture of me wearing them, and I have to say, there's some other issues which Carol had, which I also thinking about, and that is that they kind of flare out. And she took hers in so that they did not flare. And also on me, this waistband, it seems a little big to me. I'm not sure that having it come almost all the way to the sides is very flattering, but I may have to change that. But this is actually a wearable toile because I had originally planned to make some dungarees out of these, and I started making them, and then they were too small. So I just kept the fabric. I had taken it apart, and I had enough in that fabric to make these shorts. So they're wearable, but I'm not sure I'm going to use this pattern to make more shorts because I do want to make another pair of shorts. So I'm looking for a good shorts pattern that is a little more tailored than just elastic waisted shorts. I'll probably look through my patterns and see what I have. So that was make number 2, and I actually had to do quite a bit of altering on this. So it was a little time consuming, but it was worth it. I got a nice pair of shorts, and I think Hobby Lobby still has this fabric, so I may go back and get some more in a different color. That was make number 2. Number 3 was a pair of pajamas. I had made 3 pairs of pajamas for my sister-in-laws and my mother-in-law, and I decided I needed some pajamas. So I found this. Before Joann's went out of business, they were marking everything down, and I had some like double brushed polyester that I could have used, but I'm actually kind of tired of double brushed poly. It's nice and soft and silky, but I don't know. I guess I'm just kind of tired of it because it's polyester. And so I decided I wanted cotton knit pajamas, and I found this pretty little happy sunflower knit, whatever you want to call it, daisies, and decided to make some pajamas. And I used Butterick B6428, and I only had enough to make this cropped version. And you'll see a picture of me in my pajamas. And I'm not sure it's the most flattering, but they're pajamas. Who cares? So then I decided I was going to make a bathrobe, which originally that's why I got this pattern, was because I liked the bathrobe. So I had purchased some cotton waffle fabric, 100% cotton waffle fabric. And the reason I got it was because when I was going through breast cancer treatment, and before that, when I was getting mammograms, they always gave these waffle, and they were cotton, I'm pretty sure. They weren't knit, but they were white waffle, cotton waffle robes to put on. And they always heated them up, which was nice. And I thought to myself, I should make myself a waffle robe, cotton waffle robe. So I searched and searched all over the internet and found some, I think, at Minerva. There were lots of cotton waffle knits, and I had actually gotten some a while back, and I wasn't real happy with it. It was too sheer. So this stuff is very opaque. And it's also, the grid on it is quite a bit bigger than the grid that was in the mammogram robes. But this stuff is really kind of comfortable. It's squishy or kind of spongy. And so I was a little bit nervous about sewing it. Cutting it out was not too hard. I used scissors because I knew if I tried to use my rotary cutter, it would probably not cut through all the layers. So I pinned it down this time and used my regular scissors, and I sewed it with a walking foot. And that worked out really very well. I also finished all the raw edges with my serger, because this stuff does fray or ravel. I don't know if you can see that. And I top stitch all of the seams down. And I used the same pajama fabric for the pockets, because I thought if I put this waffle fabric in for pockets, it would be too bulky. So you can see a picture of me in my robe, and I'm going to start wearing this as soon as I can. Anyway, those are the things I made, and I've got some other things in my mind. I won't say plans, because I usually change my mind quite a bit. And we are going to the beach next weekend, so whatever sewing I do has to be fairly quick and easy. I need a couple of tops to wear, like summer knit tops. Like I said, I'm kind of tired of the double brush poly, and so I do have some cotton knit fabric that I want to make some tops with, and I'd like to make at least one more pair of shorts out of like chino fabric, maybe a khaki color or tan, something neutral that will go with a lot of things. So that's my thoughts. We'll see if I get it done. Other than that, things have been pretty quiet around here, and I am working on rearranging my sewing room. I actually got a new sewing table, which is very nice, and I will share that in another video. But I also went through my patterns because I just felt like I had too many, and I was going to give them away, but then I realized the pattern company is liquidating, and so they may or may not be available much longer. And I wonder if these patterns are going to become valuable in a way. I mean, I don't know, but I think maybe instead of giving them away, I'm going to hold on to them just to see until the dust settles and all of the business decisions get made for the big four patterns. Personally, I I'm kind of neutral about how I feel about the big four patterns, because I have found so many indie patterns that I like. And um, while the big four patterns are convenient because they have the pieces already printed, and all you have to do basically is cut out your size. And they do have multiple sizes on a lot of them, but they are drafted for a certain body type. And I think that's the one drawback, is you really have to kind of make make the pattern fit your body. So anyway, if you have any thoughts about that, I'd love to hear it. Share them in the comments. Otherwise, I hope you all are doing well and had a wonderful holiday. Please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell so you can see when I upload new videos. I really enjoy hearing your comments and sharing things that I make, and look forward to growing this sewing community. So take care. Go sew beautiful. Bye-bye.